Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. It's a new year, the 2nd of January 2023. It has started a year that I want to believe all of us will unite together and push Kenya to the next level. And I have always been telling you there is no surrender, there is no retreat until justice is served. Back to the Kenyan politics. Yesterday, I was in my home church, and I want to thank each and every person who sacrificed his cash towards the purchasing of the new plastic chairs. And I want to announce that we have managed in totality 140 plastic seats. That was a milestone. We are editing the video and we'll be uploading shortly, either today or tomorrow. We are editing the fundraise video, just a bit of it, so that you are able to know what we did and how we did it. Kakasungura. I like doing things in transparency. Back to the Kenyan politics. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a year that we need to tell each other the truth. Between the government and the people, it's high time we tell each and every one of us the truth. Homa inazidi kupotea, though haijapotea sana. I was preaching on 31st, and yesterday I was interpreting for my pastor, so my throat is still sore, but I believe nitapona. On 31st, during the closing of 2022, the president made remarks that rattled my mind. And this is what he said. When I came into office, I found that some decisions were made for political expediency because we had an election. The decision about subsidies on fuel, maize flour, and electricity were not informed by the science of our economy, but by political expediency that existed at that moment. Those are words from President William Ruto on December 31st, 2022. Now I want to say the following. If you are in this country, you could tell me that indeed this is not the first time that the former president was forced to subsidize some things to cushion Kenyans from the tough economic times of the Ukraine war and especially the COVID-19. If you follow closely the past presidents, we have been having subsidy in some sectors. So, by the president introducing subsidy to cushion Kenyans who are almost dying, you remember what happened during COVID-19? All businesses were shut, and Kenyans were forced to stay indoors. As a president, what could you do? Do you leave Kenyans to die? Do you leave the economy to sink? What do you do? Most subsidies, tunataka kuambia na ukweli, if you are in this country, you know the president is speaking these things, blame game so that Wakenya wasahau the failures he has been through in his 100 days. And by the way, do you know, within 100 days in office, Ruto has borrowed 1 trillion. So by the time he finishes the 10 years term, how much debt will we be having? In just 100 days in office, he has borrowed 1 trillion. Now tell me, nyinyi pigeni hesabu, pesa za International Monetary Fund, pesa, he has borrowed an accumulated total cash of 1 trillion. Just in 100 days. Those are 3 months. So, If 3 months he borrows 1 trillion, in 6 months he'll be borrowing 2 trillion. In 9 months he will be borrowing 3 trillion. By 12 months he'll be borrowing 4 trillion. So let's say in 5 years, if in a year Ruto borrows 4 trillion, from the mathematics I have calculated, if a year he will be borrowing 4 trillion, in 5 years he shall have borrowed 20 trillion. In 10 years atakuwa ameborrow 40 trillion. So let's expect by the time Ruto gets out of power in 10 years, we'll be battling a debt of 40 trillion. If what I'm seeing continues. So hii maneno ya kutuambia kwamba subsidies were introduced because of the politics is lying to us in broad daylight. And interestingly, William Ruto is lying this in church. That the past president introduced subsidies because of politics. You and me have been in this country during COVID-19. There were measures that were deliberately taken to rescue Kenyans who were dying of hunger. We could not do business. Mahoteli zilikuwa zimefungwa, masupermarkets zilikuwa zimefungwa. Nobody could open business. Wote tulikuwa kwa nyumba. Then how could you expect Kenyans to survive? That is when Uhuru Kenyatta decided to give tax relief. If you remember very well, he even dropped some bank transaction charges. Safaricom announced transacting free, less than 1,000 shillings. Haukatwi. So if you are sending 1,000, there is no transaction cost. Those were measures that were taken deliberately to cushion Kenyans from COVID-19. Even you understand that. Even subsidy on secondary school fees. This is the time it was given out. So there is no way you can tell us that the subsidy decisions were made because of politics. You are lying to us because we know ni nini kilifanya the former president afanye the decisions he did. Hata wewe ulikuwa kwa serikali, you know some decisions were meant just because of COVID-19 and the Ukraine war. You remember that very well. So kusimama kutuambia kwamba Uhuru alifanya mambo fulani kwa sababu ya kubenefit Raila Odinga kisiasa, that is lying to us in broad daylight and especially in church. Now, if you read, when was the fuel subsidy introduced? Even Ruto, when he was being interviewed in Al Jazeera, immediately after being sworn in, he admitted and said, the war in Ukraine has highly affected to 90% on high food prices and the high cost of fuel. And by the time Ruto was speaking in Al Jazeera, hiyo vita ilikuwa imepungua kidogo. How about the time of Uhuru Kenyatta? Ndio ilikuwa imeshika chini. And you know where we get our fuel from? And other regions. So ladies and gentlemen, the subsidy on fuel was deliberately done as we wait on the direction the Ukraine war will take. If Ruto admitted this on an international television channel, is now coming back to lie to you in Kenya. We are not stupid. We are not stupid. You know what happens on electricity subsidy? Right now, in fact, in the morning, I paid 1,000 for tokens and I was only given 49 units. 1,000 shillings, 49 units. Let me read for you. In fact, I have the message. Let me read for you the breakdown. I have the message with me. I have not even deleted. Let me show you. units 49.12, amount 1,000. So imagine imagine out of 1,000, pesa yenye naweka kwa token is only 378 and 23 cents. Imagine ninalipa 1,000 for tokens, lakini pesa yenye inanunuliwa tokens ni 378 shillings only out of 1,000. VAT 116.46. Fuel energy charges 349. Fuel energy, kwani token inaletwa kwangu na tractor? Nimenunua token. Token haitolewi Kenya Power na gari na tractor isafirishwe hadi kwangu kwa nyumba, but ninawekewa fuel charges 349 and 71 cents. Honestly speaking, token hazikuji na gari. Sasa hii fuel charges hii ni gani? Hata kama mimi ni mjinga kiasi gani, hii mafuta nimechajiwa kwa kununua token ni gani? Fox charge 101.76 cents. 101 shillings and 76 cents. EPRA charge 1 shilling and 47 cents. WRA charge 56 cents. REP charge 18 shillings and 91 cents. Inflation adjustment 32 shillings and 9 cents. So meaning I pay 1,000, lakini pesa, the real amount yenye ninanunuliwa tokens ni 300 shillings. So the other like 630 something inakufia hapo katikati tu. Kenyans tuko na shida kubwa. May God really help us to overcome this. You understand what Linda Mama did to wazee? Kazi mtaani. This is not an hidden secret. These are things that were done openly, ladies and gentlemen. But you can see what government is doing to it. Unalipa 1,000, unapewa tokens za 300 kwa sababu the highest shareholders wa Kenya Power ni watu wa Kenya Kwanza. That's for a fact. Ndindi Nyoro has shares. Na wengine uliona wakifanya uchaguzi, watu wa Kenya Kwanza wengi ndio walicholewa Kenya Power. So they are milking Kenyans, na hii pesa ndio mnapewa kama hustler fund. Wajinga nyinyi, washenzi nyinyi. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.